Okay, good. So you are earning, but the math is not mathing. I had a very interesting conversation last weekend. I was training, teaching set of executives, our big boys, our stadium management staff. So for them, the topic was, or the major talking slide was big man salary, small man page, small man balance sheet. By the time you are finished spending all the money and you are seeing what is left, you are like, hey, oh yeah, that. And yes, I see people that are earning millions borrowing before the month ends, literally. So it's not something strange. It's just a phenomenon that needs to be addressed and resolved. And we will be doing that today. So if you are on this page that you are earning and the maths is just not mathing at the end of the month, can I say one in the chat room? You just need to you need to make sense of the numbers. The salary is not salarying. Can I say one in the chat room? Okay. And it really doesn't matter how much you're earning. We'll be looking at that. So, as we started saying, the numbers don't lie. You are not alone in this. 78% of people never review their budgets. Like never. So if you have reviewed your budget before, like you have a monthly budget that you review, can I say 2 in the chat room? I repeat, because it's a very practical session, and I'm almost feeling like unmuting people's mics now, but I'm equally looking at the time. If you have a budget that you review, like you know that in January I will spend this, so I review it. In February I'll spend this, so I'll review it. I can be no. The question is if you review your budget too, okay. So I have tools. Okay, Shegun says he has a budget to review. Okay, so that's good. So that means for the tools, I have like 3 tools. That's good. We'll be looking at how to actually do the budget effectively. Now, 64% do not have a 50. So when I say 50,000 naira now, it's relative. You must have an emergency budget that something unexpected happens to you. You have an emergency fund that you can go to go and withdraw money to attend to that emergency, meaning that you don't need to run around, you don't need to take a loan. This is a honest emergency, and you have the fund to cover the emergency. If you are in that bucket, can I see a 2 in the chat room? Okay, money impressive, that's good. Emergency, okay. Mohammed, I see a 2, that's good. So we are seeing intersect. Mohammed has had 2 2s. Okay, now statistics equally shows, this is statistics, so that 91% of people abandon their financial goals by March every year. And please here, there is no shaming, no, we are not shaming, it's just real life training session, so that at the end of this session we'll have taken out something very tangible. So if you have in the beginning of the year, now we are talking finances. I don't know how Lucy can get richer. If by the middle of the year You've abandoned your financial goal. Can I see a 1 in the chat room? You know, January, we all have ginger. We will do this, I will do that, I will do that, I will do that. Okay, so we have quite a number of 1s on the financial goal. There's a science to everything. Then less than 5%. This one breaks my heart. I was in Yasau now. Less than 5% of Nigerian adults have an investment portfolio. If you have an investment portfolio, an active investment portfolio, let me see a 2 in the chat room. Active investment portfolio. Bukola, I don't know why you went to put 1. Okay. Only has an active investment portfolio. That is really good. Okay. I can be those. Okay. So across these 4 quadrants, and you are free to snapshot the charts. That's why I'm taking my time to explain it. It's extremely important that you sit down and you work on these things. And I'll be sharing with us more practical steps on how to do it. By the end of this first session, I'll be taking us through a free app, totally free app that I developed that is like a prerequisite to a course I'm launching. You must be able to review your budget because that is what keeps you on track. And I'll be using the app to explain that to you because there is a science behind it also. You must have an emergency fund though. Something will break, like you are not being negative. You are being smart. And there are different ways of having emergency funds. For some people, is insurance. You can't build wealth without these principles. So you have an health insurance. Insurances help you pay a fraction because it becomes crowdfunding in case of emergencies. So you have a health insurance, you have a car insurance, you have education insurance for your kids. You need to know what you need to have to prevent emergencies. Then you have an aged mother in the house. Even children is something would break. It's not the emergency itself that is the problem, and I'll be taking us through this with the tool. It's how we handle it at the end of the day. 91% of financial goals are handled by March, are abandoned by March. This is very simple. Have joint communities. A number of us are in the Glory to Glory community where we encourage each other to actually save money, put money aside, and we get a bit on top of it at the end of the year. It's helping you. I know people that have built houses. Okay, completed their houses, but yeah, built houses from Glory to Glory Cooperative. I know people that have been able to train their children through school. I know people that have expanded their businesses because they had the goal. They called that money a name. So if my financial goal is to build a house, I know I need land. Where do I need the land? You know, all those kind of things. So what do I need to do? As I said, I'll be using the app. It's very practical. It's free to help you understand it more. And you must have investment portfolio. Is seed time and harvest time. How will you get harvest without seed? Okay. Blind spots. So how many of you can articulately explain where your last salary went without guessing? Okay, let's even say we finished Q1 in the year. Okay? Yeah. Okay. I can't even say it's 1. Yeah. So Q1, you can say where your money went. We have a 1, only 1. Okay, yeah. So we are making progress. We'll get there. Because see, the thing is this, what you don't see, you can't control. You have to be able to see it, understand it, and I'll be sharing with us how to actually see properly and interpret so that we are not seeing, forgive my Yoruba, you are not seeing bye-bye. It's not an estimate. I'm not doing a drill down one-on-one. If I was doing a drill down one-on-one, I'll actually sit with you to understand what you are seeing and we tie it with your goals. Now, with what you are seeing, if this was a proper one-on-one session where we can actually be vulnerable, you will now be looking at where is that money going? Is it going on survival? So your need is what you can't do without. Like you can't sleep on that bridge now. You need to pay your rent. You need to transport yourself to the office. In some cases, you need food to survive. The type of food is another conversation. No, those are things we'll look at. Yeah, the wants are the things that make life good. I need to hang out with my girls. For people that came in early, Lucy and I were talking about spa. That is a want too. It's not a need. If we don't go to spa, we will not die. But we've worked very hard, so we deserve that spa after many years. As out now, the figures are looking good. Yeah. So it's a nice to have. Habits. Autopilot. Subscriptions. I just canceled one subscription last week. Like you have to, especially those yearly subscriptions. There are some subscriptions that you've put on auto and you forgot. It's when they debit your account that you just see, what? This has gone. Then we are mature people here. There are things that are addiction. So here, because I'm trying to be nice, I put it here, that daily coffee. There was a particular session that I had with a team, and we're talking about the latte effect. What is that thing that it will be doing you gish gish? You must buy it. It does not look bad. I'm smiling. There was someone on this platform for that month while we're having that very hard reality check. For her, she said it was suya. The person knows herself. I'm not saying anything, but I know I've seen her on this call. And when we looked at the money that was going to suya, like, we'll use this money for investment too. We'll not die. We'll get to the level where we'll be able to take this suya with ease. And we really looked at it. So what is that habit? It looks small, but it's really eroding. When you look at the calculation, the cumulation across time, compared to what is coming in, it's not small money. For some people, it might be as small as a bottle of Coke. I must take 2 bottles of Coke very cold. That's where your money is going. That's the habit. In this current cohort of read, I had the privilege of having one-on-one with one of the people there, and he was saying same thing, that after he read a particular book, he advised himself. He uninstalled this BetNaija app. That when he went there and he saw the money that he had lost, he said, no. Nobody told him. So he has to be able to look at it. Impulse. We just spoke about buying things on WhatsApp, and I was telling them that I bought the first training I'll buy this year. It was from a WhatsApp status. When I was filling my tracker, I put it there as impulse because I did not plan it. I had the money, yes, it's training, yes. Because you can't rationalize things. You have to be able to tell yourself the truth. Shakespeare says, to thy own self the truth. Then pressure. You want to impress people. Everybody in the office is buying Asoebi. It is only me. Permit me to speak Yoruba. As how now? It's Asoebi that will make you measure up. Okay. I'm looking at you with 3D. As I like to say, your poverty is doing press up like this. Like press up. Press up. Everybody is picking cap. I recently went shopping. They were like, they're doing Asoebi. Yes, money alone. I say, how much? They say 85,000. I just kept quiet before they would beat me for what? Because the people who won't pay that money, I say last, everybody will be all right. It's okay. It's okay. If some of you, the money for your children's school fees is sitting in your wardrobe as Asoebi, especially women. Let's talk to ourselves. You wear it once, you don't wear it again. Then they will not tell you. My daughter was telling me, because those are the kind of things she's keeping up with now at her age. Mommy, you know, they will see those hair that you people fix. That is what you want to leave to your next generation. It's okay. So pressure. And for some people, it's family pressure. You cannot tell uncle no. I tell people, no is a complete statement. Very complete. Is it not your money? Are you not the one working? If anybody faint na cold water, I go pour am. Because tomorrow, it is this same set of people that would come and tell you, what are you even doing with your money, Seth? All the years you've been working, where is it? If this is making sense to you, so far this is good. Can I see MS in the chat room? Okay. So, this is the golden standard for budgeting. Your needs, 50%. You know, I said standard. Your needs, 50%. Your want, 30%. Your savings, 20%. So for people that say they are tracking their budgets, are you actually tracking it this way? You will not feel the gap immediately. So if you are earning 300,000 in a month, and yeah, 300,000 doesn't really seem like big money, really. And you are doing 7% of 300,000 instead of 20%. What you're actually saving is 21,000 as opposed to 60,000. Over a period of 5 years, this is just savings. I'm not even talking about investments. Over a period of 5 years, you will have lost 2.3 million. These are the issues. And as I said, it's very practical. You will be taking it home. Now, this is the mistake most people never admit, because it's all about your habits. And as I said, the app is totally free. The app is designed to help you correct these habits. So because a lot of people feel that money is not enough, they want to spend it on whatever they think is important. They will pay the bills, they will do this, they will do that. They don't pay themselves first. As how now? Like I've mastered it. And naturally, people that know me, I mean, how can I tell you I'm saving 20%? If I'm saving 20%, you should move your hand from your computer and slap me. Pah! And there is a science to it that you can live your life. So for the person that spoke, sorry, that part was not recorded. That was in-house. So for people that are just joining us or people that are listening to this recording, the testimonial we took, the lady that spoke discussed with us on how she moved from an income of about 20,000, 30,000 naira per month to an income of about 800,000 naira per month. Now, 30,000 naira per month, you can't live on it, really. Even if you now say you should squeeze yourself to remove 20% of 30,000 naira, that's about 6,000. Now, 20% of 800,000 is 160,000. Can you see the difference? To live on 24,000 naira and to live on 640,000 is a wide gap. You can live very comfortably on 640 and you cannot live well on 24,000. So these are real life scenarios, and that's what I'm putting in this real life scenarios, because when I'm going to the two proper, I'll be advising on how you can actually increase your income. Because the higher your income goes, the more you are able to live on what is left. Because I know that is most people's problem. Like, you don't understand. I can't live on what is left. That is because of what you are earning. But you must be able to take out of what you are earning right now. I don't even care if it is 20,000. If you don't have that habit, because it's a habit, if you don't have the habit of removing and compounding, believe me, when you start earning 1 million, you'll still be telling the same stories. Because lifestyle inflation, which is the next slide, will have happened to you. People have advice, so a lot of people will be advising you on how to spend your money. You don't know you're a big boy now. People at your level, you don't see the kind of car they are driving. You cannot be wearing this kind of clothes. Oh. You cannot be shopping in this kind of place. Oh. As how now? Is it your money? As how? And this is why people find it difficult. I repeat, no has to be your favorite statement. The answer is no. What's the question? Like, I don't even blink when I'm telling you no. Spending for appearances. I've said that. You are buying things you don't need with money you do not have to impress people that don't even send you. They don't like you. When they finish, they will not come and gossip about you. Then they will ask you for money. You will tell them that you don't have. Voila will start. You start enmity with your own money. I've spoken about tracking. I've spoken about small amounts. The latte effect. Waiting for the right time. I hear this a lot. I see this a lot. If you're on this table, let me see one in the chat room. That the reason why you have not invested, you've not started investing is the time is just not right yet. Otiya. Can I see one in the chat room? So there is no right or wrong time. There's only time. You are the one that will make it right. I will be looking at it and you will start where you are. So the first thing, to move away from crisis mode, we've spoken about it. So you'll see me emphasizing on things I've said before because this is just what it is. You have to have a 6-month emergency fund. I explained that more in the course. You can't be living from one crisis to the other. Everything is emergency. Anything happen quicker like this, they are calling you. You are calling everybody. Urgent 2K, urgent 3K. You start investing, no matter how small. No matter how small. I've used this process with a number of people. I've spoken about Glory to Glory. Glory to Glory, the minimum entry level is 10,000. And I've seen people grow. I've seen people move from 10,000 to when I'm looking at how I say, how are you doing it? Say, coach, leave that, when I collected the first years old, I added it to my business. Because you're compounding with knowledge. Achieve real tangible goals. And I started speaking about that. The reason why you're abandoning your goals is you don't have a proper framework around it. Is it a house? Is it a business? Is it a school fees? Start putting the money where you cannot touch it. Plan your life. Build a second stream of income. Again, I refer to what the lady that gave her testimonial said. The money you are saving, especially for people that the money is not enough. So the number of people that believe that, oh, investment is buying stock, doing some very funny things. People tell you I'm doing investment, I'm doing crypto, I'm doing... Honestly, that is like secondary. The biggest investment you can do is investment in yourself, like what you're doing now. And that is why I don't joke with personal development. I tell people that every day. So the lady that moved from 30,000 to almost $1 million monthly in 5 years, and I'm super proud of her. So you heard her, she doesn't have a university degree. And I'm glad she was vulnerable enough to say that. But she was able to build the right skills. A lot of people are just very cheap with their lives. And I just look at them and I smile. You can't take trainings, you can't take courses, everything has come. Everything, I watch YouTube video, I will do this. So no problem, now continue. And they look you. Continue, it's not a problem. We will see. The people that have done it that way, we've seen. And the people that have invested in themselves also, we have seen. It's that simple. So you must be able to, so if you're earning 30,000 and you're removing 6,000, look for courses. And there are a lot of things. You start building up, layering up. Sometimes you might have to save for 6 months, 10 months. But you will tell yourself that this year will not end without me moving this out. That's why you have to come for our webinars. You come real time, because I keep referring to the lady. She spoke for like 15 minutes and she was breaking down how she achieved and got to where she is. Why you are complaining about Nigeria? The same Nigeria in the same country. I always tell people there are no barren land, there is only barren mind. And you have to start taking ownership of yourself. Understand that you are the problem. You are the problem. It's not, I always tell people, see, at the end of my session, you understand that it's not family people that are your problem. A lot of you, devil is on vacation in your matter, just speaking it and snoozing his life, because he knows that the pattern you are taking, he doesn't have to do anything. So now you start taking very smart decisions. And right now, I wanted to add a slide to this, but please do the research. Wealth has grown exponentially. This is the time when the child of a nobody can easily become the child of a somebody because of technology. For people that are not Christians, if you've been listening to me, you know that for teaching purpose, because this is non-religious. What technology has done in this age and time is, there's a time in the Bible when the Bible said that the veil of the temple, it tore from top to bottom. That's what technology has done. There are several people that I have never met, and I've made quality money from them. And in the same vein, people, they have made quality money from me. Millions. I've paid for goods, I've paid for services, and I do not know them. The only thing that joins us together is technology. This slide before, I would have used probably like 2 days to do this slide. Hey, let me even prepare myself well. Ofems know where we are coming from. Ofem, please unmute your mic. What do you think of my slide, the colors, and all of that?
It's so amazing. The icons, the text placement, the hierarchy, the structure, the color layout, everything just top notch. Like Top notch, top notch. You know the one they use for CBN top directors? That kind.
So
We are there, ma.
thank you. Offense and I, with Lucy, we were in the very first cohort of Read, and they used to give me developmental feedback like, coach, thank you, amazing session. But your slide, the visuals are not visualing. I was learning Canva, PowerPoint, doing this. God bless AI. I did this in like 2-3 hours. The app I will be sharing with you, I built it using AI with zero knowledge of coding. Zero knowledge. I'll be sharing that slide with you shortly. You are now sitting down. Your family people is your problem. Tinubu and Osibanjo, Lord Lugard is your problem. As how now? As how? You are sleeping on a bicycle, not in this age and time. You need to invest in yourself. Have skills that when people see it, they are calling you. And it's not going to come to you after eating a bowl of fufu. You will invest. See, I love this one about breaking the family circle. And I believe that everybody should take it personal with all sense of responsibility. My family, they like book, or we like book. Because people tell you I like book. That's why we form a community called Read. You have integrity. We are church people. But when it comes to money, story starts. Puff puff will turn to bones. I told myself, and my family people know it, and they are seeing it. In fact, a lot of things they tease me about it, that I will be the first in my generation to do this. I will be the first. And yes, it is happening. Now, when I understood, if you've not read my book, you need to read it. The money patterns are inherited. That's why you say, I actually spoke about this a bit in my course also, because you need to understand patterns to help your next generation. Forget all those nonsense that people are telling you that you see these children of rich people, they are spoiled, they'll be this, they'll be that. Research has shown that children of poor people stand about 70% chance, especially in developing countries like Nigeria, to end up poor. That you are born in a poor home, you stand a 70% chance because of this pattern. People are poor not because there is no money. People are poor because of their thinking, their patterns. There's a way poor people think, and there's a way rich people think. That's simple. I can't break that down here. That's why for Read, it is a 1-year session, and you have to read books so that your mind can change. When your mind starts changing, your life starts changing. When I'm speaking to my siblings, they know it. I say, see, I committed murder to get to this level, because the version of me that grew up in my mother's house, that version had to die. I killed it. That version does not exist again, because that version was trained to think small. And my mom is a very fantastic person. People that know me, you know that I can't touch my mom. I will break. You can't even touch my mom. Don't even try it. But I was able to understand patterns. And I started telling her, Mommy, see, this thing that you used to tell us, basic. So by default, you know yourself, please, we are not calling ourselves out now. When you enter the supermarket, you automatically go to where they are doing sales, where the almost expired things are, because you just need to stretch the naira. You need to stretch the dollar. Rich people don't think like that. Your mind has been conditioned that you deserve the poorest, the smallest. You are not opening room for abundance. And I used to be like that. You see, the children of rich people, they believe they own the world. They don't, when you are saying some things, they don't understand it, like they don't understand it. I was still having a conversation with a billionaire friend this afternoon. And when he was talking, he said something at one time. I couldn't help myself. I said, yeah. And he started laughing. He said, I said, yenta. Because he was talking to me about one of his friends that they went for lunch. And that particular guy, the school he finished from was 60,000 pounds, not dollars. Do the maths. Per month. And per annum. Somebody should do the maths in Naira, 60,000 pounds. That's about 120 million, if I'm right. If my maths is correct, per annum, school fees. And you're in that school for 4 years, and somebody was paying that school fees. Now your mates. But the money is there. So poor people will start saying, nah, them be that, oh. You know, these children of rich people, that, you know, you isolate yourself. So you have to you have to break that pattern. Mommy, I love you. Daddy, I love you. Uncle, I love you. But you see this ideology that has kept our family this way, me, I'm breaking out of it. I'll be the first. There's this young man I used to follow. Excellent young guy. He's less than 30, not yet married. He was speaking one day and he was like, see, he had to break from his family circle because when they want to buy a car, they will tell you that, Tokunbo new. For people that don't know what Tokunbo is, I'm not sure we have other nationality here. Tokunbo means fairly used. In your family, nobody has ever bought a brand new car. They will tell you that, you know, fairly used things are better than new ones. If you have heard that nonsense statement before, please, can I see one in the chat room? Please remove that nonsense from your head. It's so annoying that, you know, Belgium is better than new. Excuse you? Hey, as how now? Was it not somebody that used it before it became Belgium? So you need to see the guy's fleet of cars. He said, I stopped taking advice from people whose car cannot buy my gearbox. And you have to start living without financial guilt. Okay, 110 million. Thank you. Somebody is paying this thing as school fees. Just school fees. Then I say, you know these people, they are thieves. It's not everybody that is a thief. I'm still referring back to the testimonial because for me it's very practical. So I don't want to say something that is off. So somebody that does not know will say, and that's why we have these sessions to open up our minds. She did not go to school. She says she's earning 800,000. Don't mind her. All those Abuja big girls. Big girl in the hand of a small god. She's not telling you what she's doing. You should be talking nonsense. I've heard so much nonsense that it just infuriates me. Like, this is when you really see me talking. I keep to myself a lot of times because when people are talking, I can't understand where it is coming from. If I tell you the kind of things I've seen people making money from, and yes, I always have money conversation. I was having a money conversation with a friend this morning, and I was telling him, I was in a co-market. Last week, I was in a co-market. And that when I was seeing clothes that they were selling, and the amount people are calling it for me in shop, I had to call my sister. I went to my sister. I said, I beg, no vex. So I'm looking at this clothes that I'm seeing for 12,000 naira. Is it not the clothes that they are calling for me for 45,000, 50,000? I'm looking at it. It's the same thing. She said, it is like that now. I say, Emma Bamike. And the guy went like, he has this friend that every weekend, he or she, I can't remember the gender now, resumes in that market and now repackage and sell. That the amount of brand new car, not Tokunbo, that the person has bought Of course, because there's bandwagon effect now, we see people running to Eco. You don't know that there is a science behind all of these things. You don't know how the person is doing the packaging to sell. It's like saying that, oh, they are selling water for, I don't know, 3,000 naira in Oriental Hotel. So you now say, and it's the same water they are selling for 200 naira in traffic. You now say, is it not the same water? You want to pay 3,000 see and see if people will buy. There's a science and a pattern to this thing. So please, I really need for us to open up our mindsets and please be able to enjoy life. Enjoy. At the end of the day, everybody is a ticking time bomb. Every day you spend on earth is a day less because we really don't think that way. And nobody knows how long they have left. If you know how long you have left, your mindset will be different. My best book of all time has one of the sayings that says, teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts to wisdom. Because a lot of us are not numbering our days, we are not wise. And I tell people, don't labor for next of kin. No. Next of kin, they know how to YOLO that. And we'll be looking at it also. There's a YOLO budget. Now, and I'll soon get to my course, to the app. One of the things the app will show you is actually easier to grow. See, once you are on the right trajectory, you start flying. You can see that I'm telling you, if you use this app, and I'll be showing you, and it's free. So people will be wondering, something that is free, but yeah, this is what I love to do. It just makes me happy. By December, you would see how well your life has compounded. Now, see the difference between the green and the red. And that's why you must be able to start where you are. So I will tell people, start where you are, but don't stay where you are. You keep compounding, you keep moving, and it keeps growing. So the app, I'm already talking about it. This is the link to the app, and I'll be equally be showing you where the money lives. .netifly.app. Elijah, Betty, please can you drop it in the chat room so that people would see it, and I'll be answering some questions. There's a live dashboard. There's brutal truth engine. To thy own self be true. And it's 100% confidential. So there are things that you will not be able to tell people. At least it is you and yourself now. You'll be able to advise yourself. It's going to give you automatic forecasts on it, and it's going to give you action plans on what to do. So let me move to the app. If you're getting value so far this good, please can I see yes in the chat room? So let me go to I will share my screen twice. There is one that I've already failed. So when you click on the link, and I might just copy it and drop it. When you click on the link, you would see this that says download the app to your device. When you click on save app, it asks you, download a complete working copy of this app, open in any browser. You can see no internet required, no login, no account. The transaction is only on the browser. So if you clear cache, whatever you've saved has gone. Unless you export and you save your data as a file. So I say download file. So you can see it has downloaded automatically. Now it's on my system. Look at the old whatever. You see the old one was https where the money lives.netifly.app. Now when I open this, okay, I didn't share my entire screen, so I need to reshare. I'm waiting for the screen to come up because this is quite explanatory. Good. Now, if you are looking at the address bar, you are seeing it is different now. It's c/user/Oluwa downloads. So it is in my download folder where the money lives. So there are two major things that you really need to work on here. Your budget setup and your expense log. So because this is fresh, there's nothing there. I'm going to share a slide, one that I've already filled, and there's actually a YouTube video. I'm trying to update that YouTube video, but looking at that YouTube video would help you also to help you understand the log. Very important. So this is on my system. Okay. Okay, so I just use this as an example. So if you go to the budget for people that are saying they do their budget, we are speaking about multiple stream of income, and I'll try to fill another month just so that we can see it a bit. So this is for January. In January, expected income is 1.8 million expected. So for this person, the primary salary was 1 million, side hustle 500,000, rental income 250. So it was expecting 1.8. However, at the end of the day, what actually came in was 1.3 million. So he put it there. The one received though is 1.3. Then how was it? What's the budget? So for those of you that said you are good at budgeting, this is where you actually put in your budget. How much do you spend on rent? How much do you spend on electricity? How much do you spend on water? How much do you spend on data, food, transport, like that? And this hard button is other categories. So when you download, for instance, you will not see church, you will not see family. For me, church is a big deal for me. So I will add church because I want to see what is going to church for me. I will add family. Family is a big deal. How much is the ratio? Then I typically add giving because giving is a big deal. Very, very big deal for me. But I'm actually strategic about it. Then on the wants, personal grooming, clothing, streaming. As Lucy and I said, we are talking about spa, for instance. I will have put it there. Now, you would see this typically target, you are saying target 50%. So it is saying that on needs, For this month, I don't do 55% to on want is actually 10% versus 30%. So this will actually help you see where your money is going. Then savings, 37% against 20%, which I mean is good. I'm very big on Ajo. I'm always doing thrifts. Investments, emergency fund. So total budgeted is over 1.8. So as I said, this is a demo. The expense log. The expense log, very, 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 very important. Very important. It has automatically updated 1.3, it says 1.1. So in out, there's a deficit of 250. I'm going to do a demo with February so that you see it. For every, because I've had people come and tell me, oh, can't I just upload my banking statement as they see the import button? No, sir, no, ma. You can't just update your banking statement. You have to impute it one by one because you have to put in your why. Is it a need? Is it a want? Is it a habit? Is it impulse? Is it pressure? So when you feel all the expenses, and we will do February together, I want it to be interactive so that you can see it. It will now give you insight, your spending versus your budget. You say, okay, Ajo, you were within budget. Loan, you told yourself that you will only loan out 50,000. This month you do 50,000. No. You are seeing your reds. Church, you budgeted 200, you did 200, you are fine. Transport, you say you will do 150, you do 60. So it will actually break it down for you. It will give you the percentage of your income, where it's going, so that you are borrowing yourself sense. Because I'm not totally filled, it's not showing pattern recognition. So it's not telling you that, see, this month, 370,000, you could have avoided it. Because this loan you gave your friend, if you hadn't given your friend, it wouldn't have happened. Nothing would have happened. You hosted party, 70,000. You give loan to your uncle again, 50,000. You do friend, all of this, you can avoid it. Then on your dashboard, it gives you that's why it is called money behavior diagnostics. It tells you you are a social spender. A significant share of your money is driven by social pressure or peer pressure. Pressure from the dead. My people that are very cultural, they say culture is pressure from the dead. Now like this, we they do them. Keeping up, saying yes, not wanting to miss out. This is your most invisible financial leak. Your savings, 0%. At this rate, if you continue for the next 12 months, you will not even have enough to cover 1 month expense. You advise in it. Then here, it breaks down where the money is actually going. It now tells you how you compare with other people. So hopefully, in the next 15 minutes, I want for you guys to make this very interactive. Use your chat room. You toggle between these buttons so you can go back. I always tell people, download your 5-month banking statement and sit down. Program your life. See, if you want to make money, you have to be serious with your life. You have to treat your life as like a business. So you have to take time, weekend, 1 hour, Neo. You are sitting down like this, analyzing your financials to help it make sense. And I mean, you have a free tool now. What excuse do you have? So that was January. Let me go to February. So in the chat room, I want us to do it together. How much do you want us to put as expected income? Please, fastest finger, how much for expected income, how much for freelance, how much for rental income, so that I will key it in and you can see it. Okay, Oluwakemi, thank you. So primary is 500,000. Freelance is how much? Side income. Please, you let's make it fast, okay? Side income, 350,000. So now you can see that there is nothing yet under expected other income received. So let me assume that the salary was the salary. It came in February 27. The amount is 500,000. I hope I got the zeros correct. Yeah. 500,000. How was it received? Bank transfer. This is optional, but you have to pick the source of income. I pick salary. I log. So for you to see your log, you need to toggle. This does not update real time. So 5M. No. Nothing was 0, you know. So let me change it. It's 500,000. 1 5 1 2 1 2 3. Bank transfer, salary, log income. I'm just toggling between the tabs to see what I've put here. 500,000. So let me assume that my side also, I didn't meet targets. So 13, amount 200,000. We do a lot of, so freelance, log. Yeah, so if you are going to your expense log also, this is expense log. You need to really watch up here. You are seeing that you are seeing transaction for February. This is February. So let's try and do a bit of budgeting. So for rent, how much? Try and divide your rent, which most people don't do, but try and divide your rent into 12 to give you what you're actually supposed to have for a month, so that it doesn't come as a shock at the end of the year. And I often tell people that when people are telling me that their house rent is problem, I say, especially in this part of the world, it's 1 year now. What were you doing for 1 year? So, no, this should be 130,000, not 1.3 million. Is that correct? So I'll take 130,000. Rent is 130,000. Electricity, I divided it by 12. Because you should try to be putting your rent aside on a monthly basis, so that is not an emergency. So let me assume that your rent is 1.3 million divided by 12, safe. So that's 108,000. Electricity, how much? $5,000. That's cheap. Water. Yeah, see me taking water now. Please hydrate yourself. Very necessary. Water, how much? We're about how many on this call? Please, you guys should help me now. Because I want to make it practical. water 7,000. So you would see that automatically, if you are being conscious, this percentage is calculating, is showing you how much you're spending. Internet data, how much? Data we say right now is life. $50,000. Okay. So data is taking 6%. That's the highest after rent. Food, how much? $75,000. Transport, how much? Transport fuel. Somebody says 50, somebody says 90 for transport. Somebody says 10K. Can you see what we are saying now? So this is exactly what we are saying. So let's take 70K. Because some of these things, when you looked at it, you would have to, another person says 60K. You might have to look at your mode of transportation. Coming to Lagos, I heard that there's something, or I realized there's something they call shorter or short lastly, like a carpool arrangement. So instead of having to take Uber, like 4 people would take that shortler thing. So instead of me paying 20,000, everybody's paying 5,000. Loan repayment, how much? I always say people must take good loans. Loan repayment, how much? 15,000, okay? Another person says 100. So let's make it 50. Medical, how much? So yeah, you see somebody says HMO. So that means this person is not paying to medical. So for this person, medical is going to be 0. You see what I'm saying? For another person, the other person is saying 60,000, same income. You see where the money is going right now. So for the person that is paying money, you're asking yourself, how can I get an insurance? Or as I tell people, how can I change my job and get the job that would my HMO will make sense? There are some people that the reason why they are doing that job is because of HMO and other perks of office. School fees and education. So it depends. There are HMOs and there are HMOs. So the person will. Now this is monthly. This is monthly. Would you be paying 200,000 naira school fees monthly on a salary? So let me even put it there so that you can see your figures. That's 24%. So can you see what I'm saying now? Now, from 50%, you don't jump to 73.5. You see, you are totally out of radar. You just begin the start. That's why I said this tool will really help you. Because really, if you're earning 850 and you're putting 200,000 school fees every month, that's how now. It's out of your income. You're living above your means. But however, this school fee / education, I repeat, it does not necessarily have to be formal education. So I would sincerely say that personally, if you are earning about 850, I would say you should have a budget of 50,000 in a month for your education. So you see me bringing it to 50, it has come to 55.9. Now, this budget is skewed. And for this budget, if you are earning 850, you are saying 13%. What are my big ticket items? So you start looking at your big ticket items. What's carrying your money? So now that you've divided it across board, you've seen that rent is actually carrying your money. You might have to be innovative with the rent. If this is truly your spending pattern, with this pattern, life go tight small. Honestly, go tight. As I said, I'm a church person. So I would always had church. So what I believe, it is my belief, 10%. It is not your belief. It is my belief, 10%. So that means 85,000 don't enter church. Then there are still offerings and things we do. So if I had a little extra, that's 15K. And a lot of people don't do this math. I look at them and I'm shaking my head. But let's just leave that. So I put in 100,000. So you see, church has gone to 12%. I'm going to 67%. Family, you are not born in isolation. You now start asking yourself, hello, mo fẹ́ fún family me. They're always there. 30,000. Now, this 30,000 does not mean you must spend it you. But you know you've put it aside in a bucket. So you can actually be putting it in a low risk savings if you don't have the need to spend it. So that the day the need come, you go know, you see say you don't enter 71%. This transport, honestly, is high for me. This food is high. I've mastered over a period of time. Because are you eating out? Do you buy in bulk? For this, remember we are looking at the income and we are looking at 850,000. That is not supposed to be small money. This rent on this income has to go down if you want balance. And some people might not be saying, okay, you are reducing this, you are reducing that. Why is church so high? It is not my money. It is not your money, it is my money. That is what I believe. That is what has helped me over the years. Now, giving. Giving for me is a need. Is like air to me with what I know. And I'm not teaching about giving here. So for me, I must have giving. It's only poor people that don't give. My mother told me that the definition of a truly poor person is somebody that has nothing to give. So, 20,000. I'm earning 850. I must give. I must give. And this giving is now to someone that can't pay me back. So this medical is actually very high. This medical is very high. You get why? It has to be looked at. So you're saying me, because you have to be able to sit down and treat your life as a business. Look at it. You are seeing me juggling. Okay, school fees for depending on what you are doing safe. But really, 50,000, if you are very strategic about it, 50,000 per month makes sense. So we're at 61, so we are struggling. But let's see. So now 20%, as we said, must go to your savings target. So let me say 850. You are doing an ajo. You must learn how to contract your life. So for me, this is non-negotiable. I actually start from savings and target first before I go up. 100,000 investments. On 850, honestly, I can do 30,000. So typically, why my contributions are normally very high, my contributions are typically higher than my investment is they help me gather money in bulk and now put into tangible investments. We are talking about goals. So if I want to, let's say, buy a property, put a down payment down on something, it is the contribution that helps me get it. So let's see. My emergency fund, 20,000. Okay, so I can move this. Okay, so now, good. I'm on, you can see it's calculating the amount as spent. So hobby, personal grooming, this is supposed to be 30%. Can dance around it. So this is what makes life feel good. So you can play around it. Dining, entertainment. So I put subscriptions kind of under, right now my subscriptions is over the roof. Thanks to AI. And I repeat, for people that are joining for the first time, or they're just joining us, yes, very true, Kemi. Bulk groceries can be one of, like I said, I went for bulk shopping last week. And honestly, I shopped for the next 6 months on a number of things. In fact, I saw my last 8 months. So you would see my spending reduce. AI has done me basic. I actually spend more than this, but let's put subscription as the streaming. I don't know how much do people spend on streaming. 10,000. So do we understand the budget thing now? Is it making sense? Can I see a yes in the chat room if it's making sense? That's why I'm actually doing it with you guys. Okay, good. So now you now come to the expense log. This is where the work is. That's why I said you have to take an hour a week, but you get the hang of it. Remember, we are doing for February. I did the budget for February. So if you go down, you will see that what I've logged is already in here. So when did we say we collected the money safe? So February 28th, let's say church. That makes it a bit easier. Category, anything you've logged, you will see it there. So I paid my tithes, which was 85,000. Payments method transfer. As I said, for me, is a need. You can add any additional notes if you want. Sorry, tithes. That's what we call it for the non-Christians. I know the Muslims have what they equally do. So, let me say on the 19th, I went for box shopping, food, groceries and food. So when you download your bank statement, you would thank God a lot of things. It's a need. Hard. You must put this why. That's where the algorithm is. So pick your date. I'm just picking at random so that we can see it. February 10. They brought Ashwebi to me in the office. This is just clothing and shopping. You know now. Ashwebi, how much is Ashwebi? 20,000. Transfer. I cannot say no. Is that one impulse or pressure? Ashwebi, is it impulse or pressure? Family people, which one should we put? Okay, let me say pressure. Okay. So, now pressure. When they put pressure, capital letter. Okay. So, how much do you sow Ashwebi? Because now you will go for that wedding. We are still in February. How much to sow Ashwebi? And you see, say no day your budget 20K. See, Kevin, is the wedding dress? It's okay. Ever all right. Last. Okay. I'm making this very conversational so that we see where the money is going. And remember, I wasn't in that our budget that we are struggling to budget. 30,000. Transfer. Pressure. You must always click on hard transaction when you finish. Yeah. Kemi reminded us of gym subscription. So let's say February 24. Health is wealth, too, but think and well. Right now, I no longer pay annual gym subscription because I realized that I don't really use it. So I pay on demand. So let's see. Gym should be, we don't have anything specific for gym. I can't say anything specific for gym here. So I put it under personal care. 30,000 transfer. That one is a want. You will not die if you don't go to the gym. You can be trekking around your estate. Be carrying tire. Okay, so what are the other things that we do? Let me see it in the chat so that I just add it. I want it to be real. Repairs. Why are you using things that are damaging? Repairs. Let me put that on. You can actually put it on orders. Okay, yeah, I've not put transport. Thank you. So repairs, I don't know what you're repairing. Let me just put 10,000, but you're correct. I came. So yeah, something, it's a need. You just didn't budget for it. Yes, that's maintenance. Maintenance under repairs. So let's put transport. February 14. So let's say you're fueling your car. Now that fuel is but that fuel. Your eye go clear. This na say, the waka need. Add transaction. So I expect you to pay your thrift. Yeah. Yes, I put that. I absolutely agree. That's why I just put that under repairs, though she says. So you say, I like using the word Isusu. So your Isusu is under cooperative, 100,000. It's a need. Add transaction. You were good. You did your investments. So my team, you bought shares, category, investment, 30,000 transfer. That is a need. A transaction. So your uncle in the village asked for his daughter's school fees. Is that one impulse or pressure? Uncle in the village calls you to ask for, they say na laugh out loud. Is it impulse or pressure? So you saw me quickly toggle the button to get it. So it's already telling you, Otino 405,000, 295 local. Okay, pressure, pressure, pressure. So how much will you borrow your uncle in the village? Or how much will you give? They don't say borrow, okay? You don't say na voicemail. So put it on family. How much? 15,000, yeah. That's reasonable. Please always give money you can afford to lose. You get why? Pressure. A transaction. Your friend that is not earning as much as you. You now, you are earning 850. Your friend is earning 200. Your friend has come to meet you to borrow money. Is it impulse or pressure? And how much will you give? Pressure, 10K. Okay, thank you. Can we have like 2 more response? Shola for me to say it is pressure, 10K. Okay, Shola for me, nice to see you from glory to glory. Nice to see you. Who else? So I sincerely like the responses we are giving because I've made, okay, Edon says pressure 15K. Hmm. I'm shaking my head. There was one time somebody called say make I borrow. I'm like, I know if you talk the money out. I borrow and the money, that was the end of the friendship. Even my husband, I tried to plead for the person. I said, no, with the shege that this person showed me, he had the money, should just go. That was when I was lamenting to a friend. The person now said, no, now, how they go ask you um, for the money and you are giving the person the money complete. That you give the person 5%. If he asks you for 300,000, you go give him 15,000. I say, I didn't know. I learned the hard way. So I'm glad that, we are on the page. Okay, so I can see from Manny. Manny is saying, how will you classify a situation where monthly deductions are made from your salary for savings contribution before you are paid? So I'm assuming you're talking about your company's cooperative, and that is very good. So I'm not calculating on my company's cooperative. I'm speaking solely to the amount that hits my account. That's what I'm budgeting on. I hope that is clear. So this we say loan to friend. Mrs. Ubeyo, you're welcome. You're coming towards the end. You have to watch the replay. So loan to friend. We don't have anything for loan here. So we'll put it as others. So let's put 15,000 transfer. That's pressure. Add transaction. So which other transaction? They will now go and look at the insights. So grooming. How much do you spend on yourself? Especially the women in the house. You are doing your hair. Let's just lump everything together. Because we must look nice, you. We cannot be looking like shugu because we are trying to make money. So 35,000, you need to do your... So, personal grooming. They put it under want. Though for me, it's a need, like, you have to. Okay. So, yes, you can create category. Ikechuku, we said so. Yeah, so, and now that's personal grooming, Kemi, skincare. So now, so far, once you've logged 7 transactions, I didn't complete it, but I just wanted us to see so that we can get the insights. So let's come to the dashboard first. Oh, skincare is separate. Emma Binoma. So you are still seeing this. So that's showing because the January, I did it. If you actually look at my own personal log, it gives me steady hand so that you will not think that it's a social spender because I have learned to budget. I've learned that thing I'm telling you, my husband has said repeat. It's cold water I will pour you. Everybody around me knows it. Because once you tell me what you want to do, I plan ahead of time. Your emergency cannot never become my emergency. You can't come and meet me in the middle of whatever and you're telling me stories. I'll just sit there and be looking at you. The answer is no. What's the question? Now, brutal truth. Remember that we're feeling it. You saw us feeling it too. Brutal truth. You said yes to things your bank account cannot afford. That's the algorithm bringing it out. At this rate, you would have saved only 360,000 in the next 12 months. That's just 4% of your year's income. That is not even enough to cover your 1 month expenses, basically. You see why people are having problems. You spent 80,000 under social pressure. That's 11% of your income that you spent. Lori, what will people say? Then it gives you the comparison that we didn't finish feeling it. Your one spending is lower than most people, and that's because we didn't finish rating it. So this is your money diagnostic and risk profile. In the course, I actually break it down. You see your investment profile and all of that there. Now let's go to the insights. So it's telling you your budget. So for your trips, you're good. For church, you're good. Personal grooming, no, you said 5,000, you spent 65,000, so you need to go and watch it. Transport, 60,000, you're good. Clothing, you are not good. You spent 50,000. So there should be. You budgeted 10,000. Food and groceries, you're good. Investment, you're good. You spent 30,000 as opposed to 50,000. So you should do better. Family, because it's just that your uncle, you didn't give your brother, you didn't give your sister. You are good. So it would break it down. The more you give the algorithm, the more it's able to profile you. And it will give you an action It will give you an action plan. It says, this is not suggestion. Do it. Every day, make sure you log every spend. You know, we didn't log everything. Automate 70,000 into your savings on payday. It's not an advice. If you want your life to change, create a social hard budget. Once it has reached this level, people just don't know how to say no. So yeah, your full profile. And yes, this is the tool, and I believe that it is a very useful tool that would be able to help you build your finances, get more visibility to your finances in 2026. As they say, another definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So, my favorite book of all times. And that's why I can say and do all of this with full confidence. It says it gives seed to the sower and bread to the eater. So it's saying that as in God now, that is God. And God created all of us. I mean, there are some people that descended from monkeys and apes. They are not here. The people that are here is God that created them. God gave you seed. The problem comes when people eat their seed and they are waiting for harvest. It will not happen. And by you following these algorithms, it would help you to know what to do with your seed. For people that came in late, we got an amazing testimonial of somebody that is not yet, keyword there being yet, a university graduate, but she's able to move her earnings to 800,000 by getting the required skills. When you remove that your training money, because I don't know how somebody will not have training money, it doesn't make sense to me. You start investing in yourself alongside the skills you know you need. And as Read Family, we are about to start LinkedIn Challenge. I strongly encourage everybody to register for that. It's just 5,000 naira for a whole month. We have Coach Dami that is taking that. Elijah, please drop the link in the chat room. Global visibility is non-negotiable right now. Last year's LinkedIn challenge that we had, and for people that are joining, you would be seeing with somebody got a job. So you that you are still sitting down, you are waiting for the people that you know, or the people that it is old school. Oh, if that is still your level, you are very limited. People are now getting global opportunities sitting in the corner of their room. So we have a LinkedIn challenge. And yeah, I've spoken a bit about my course. If you're interested, I have my assistants on the line. Drop your contact, would reach out to you. And with that, I've come to the end of today's webinar. So can I have feedbacks, questions, clarification? Why we call it a day? I'm seeing the claps, I'm seeing the wows. Please, can somebody unmute? I am not radio, I'm not Asoro Magbesi. That is what we call radios. Can you unmute and give feedback? Any question?
Good evening, Coach. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for this amazing session. I'm blown away. I mean, this is like the most relatable finance or how do I call it, budgeting or expense tracking application I've used ever. I mean, this is so relatable. I actually love the fact that the insights section where it gives you a way forward, not just okay, this is not just you entering data, and then you cannot interpret the data basically. Wow, I'm blown away. I'm honestly blown away. I really do love this. I want to ask if for the app, if it has a feature where you can import maybe your data from another app.
No.
I think there was an app you recommended
No.
for us earlier on. That's what I've used like since beginning of the year and all. So, okay, if it doesn't have it, maybe something you could also work on to, help people transition, or we might have to input all of those information afresh. Might be tedious, but overall, I love it. I love it so much. I'll be your DM for some more updates and recommendations.
Okay. Thank you. It's your life. You just have to do it. So yes, I always recommend for people that followed me for years, they know that I recommend Andromony. I use Andromony, and that's why this generation is just the best time to be alive. I realized based on the questions that people are asking me, I couldn't get this analytics. If I sit with you one-on-one, once I look at when you do the tracker, how many people can I sit with one-on-one? It's just one me now. So that's actually sat down to build the app. So it is one of its kind, built by my humble self. So that's why you just have to do it. Okay, Shola Bomi, you were here from the beginning. Let's hear your voice while we round up. Hello, Shola Bomi. Thank you, Manny. I presume you are still in a noisy session. Okay, so I think with this, my people are already buzzing me that I've taken over the required time. Okay, yeah, thank you. Elijah has dropped the link to the LinkedIn challenge. This is an investment your future self would thank you for. I've worked with Coach Dami for a couple of years now, and honestly, she's good. So thank you very much, everyone. See you next month, and see you at the LinkedIn challenge. It's been a very great evening, and I'm glad to have everybody. Good night and God bless.
Good night.